And, of course, old Bill Bubba Bussey is ready for another hour, and we're going to be joined by Michael W. Smith. I mean, we're talking about when you look at W, or as we like to call him, Smitty, those on the inner circle call him Smitty. He's got a new album. It features 16 brand new tracks, by the way. It's called Hymns 2, Shine on Us.
I wish he could write him a hit.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba, let me run this list for you, and I know he doesn't want me to do this, but I'm going to anyway. All right, collectively, right now we've got Smitty at 15 million albums worldwide. He's got 32 number one songs. Okay, he's got 2 multi-platinum, 6 platinum, 16 gold albums, 3 Grammy Awards, 1 American Music Award, and 45 Dove Awards. But
that's a big shelf to keep all that on.
But other than that, he is struggling. And but how about this? He had hymns that he put out. We talked to him when that went out exclusively at Cracker Barrels everywhere, and it was wildly successful. This is the follow-up, and I love the 16 brand new tracks, and it is available at all Cracker Barrel Old Country stores exclusively as of the 29th, so it's there now. Smitty, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me back on. It's been too long.
I know. You've been doing okay?
I'm struggling. Like you said, I'm struggling.
Smitty, where in the world do you put all those awards at? I mean, you got to have a big old shelf to put all that up.
Well, I'm not a big I honestly don't have them on display, honestly. I just have a few. So I'm not one of those shrine kind of guys, It feels a little awkward to me. But whatever. I'm grateful, though. I mean, I still can't, everybody starts listing all these accolades like you guys did, it's still going, really? I mean, that really happened? Kind of still pinch myself, honestly.
Well, would you mind letting us have them? And I'd like to scatter them around my office.
We'll put them on display.
How hard is it to get the nameplate off of them?
That might be a little tough.
No. Just understand that completely and appreciate your attitude toward that. But at the same time, it feels good when God confirms that, hey, you're on the right track. Let's talk a little bit about this second Hymns album. I was really taken back when I saw 16 brand new tracks. Tell us about the new tracks and what type of songs we're talking about here.
Well, this is a little different than the first one. The first one was mainly all hymns that I grew up singing in the church, and as you said, it was just really successful and still selling at Cracker Barrel. And what a great company! I just love these people. It's been a great partner for me. I mean, I've always wanted to do a hymns record since I was a kid. Those hymns sort of were part of the fabric of my life, built my faith and all that sort of thing. And then I actually got the idea when Alan Jackson did it. He did it for his mom. He did a hymns record, wanted to do it for his mom, I think he did it for Cracker Barrel. And I thought, gosh, maybe I'm supposed to team up with these folks and do it. And so that's what happened. So, but this one is just a little bit of old, a little bit of new. I just felt like I did, and the production's a little bigger. And so there's some real standouts up here for me. And I can say standouts on the ones that I didn't write, Down to the River to Pray, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I've always wanted to do a rendition of that. Yeah. And I think one that I think will go right up your alley, guys, both of you, is something I really at the last minute wanted to do. And the record ends with America the Beautiful.
I'll bring it in.
And I'm telling you, I feel like it's in the midst of everything going on politically and the state of our nation and all that. There's something about that song I feel like that might resonate with people's hearts. So, but I think it's a great way to end the record. But a lot of good stuff, and I'm really, really happy with it. And record came out this past Friday, so all is well in the Smith camp.
All right, well, check it out at Cracker Barrels everywhere. Look for it. It's called Hymns 2, Shine on Us, Michael W. Smith, who we're talking to now. You talked about those that have been classics, and again, I look forward to hearing those. But when you think about, hey, I've been inspired to write a song that could potentially, and usually does, if we look at the past history with you and some others, you think about growing up as a kid, and you're reading those hymns and singing them that were written in the 1800s, and they're still there. Do you ever think about and wrap your mind around, God didn't stop doing hymns. He didn't say, all right, 1800s are over.
We got the book full.
I might have eased into the early 1900s. I'm kind of done with this. I mean, that you could potentially, if the Lord tarries, that these songs that were inspired in you become, and a lot of them already have. I mean, they're being sung in churches. I mean, the first time that happened for you, how do you know what God's pointing you? Do you just say, okay, I just feel like this is it? How does that process work?
You know what? I've just always I've never really tried to write. I think I might have said this maybe on your all show in the past, but I've never really tried to specifically write something for one specific thing. I just kind of write what I feel.
Right.
I mean, one day I'm writing a love song for my wife, and one day I'm writing a song called "Place in This World," and then some other day I'm writing a worship song for my church. So I just sort of just kind of let it happen, and then fortunately, a lot of those songs are being sung in churches all around the world, and it's wild. You open up a hymn book now, and I see my song in a hymn book, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And I'm one of the very few people that doesn't have a deceased date. It's kind of
there's just a dash there.
A little strange.
Yeah.
Well, Smitty, we heard too, and it may be rumor that one of the songs you're writing on was actually the motivation was Cracker Barrel. I don't know. It's called Waffles and Rocking Chairs.
Or a Herschel's breakfast. Either way.
Uncle Herschel.
Come on, bring it.
Let me tell you, the good news is if you ever want to know if your album's out, if you put it in Cracker Barrel, we know.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It really is.
Yeah.
I wish you put out a guide how to do that peg game and win.
I can't figure it out.
Oh, I get so mad at
Gosh,
that.
the two's all I've ever been able to come up with, and I don't know how I did it. When you talk about, are we going to see you get out on the road with any of this? I know you usually do a Christmas tour, you have, or something like that. Maybe you going to go on the road with any of this, or is this strictly, hey guys, it's all about for you to enjoy in your car and in your home?
Well, I'm definitely going to go out this spring and summer. I'm kind of stripping it down and making it really acoustic and kind of intimate. A lot of these places we're going to pull like in a choir, because all these. I had like the best singers in Nashville show up and sing on this record with me. So the choir, the BGVs are just incredible. So we're going to try to sort of duplicate that a lot in some of these cities, but it's going to also be kind of stripped down. I'll tell you, I was on a world tour, and gosh, I was literally all around the world for a year and a half on this Sovereign tour. So I've been on a sabbatical, and It's been really good. But now that this record's out, I think I'm ready to get off the couch after the Super Bowl and hit the trail. So
yeah, get Daddy out there working again. Let's go.
You're not in the Super Bowl commercials, are you, Smith?
Yeah, you're not one of those.
As far as I know.
Hey, when you were talking about, you said this one has a little bigger production. The first one obviously was traditional hymns, the ones you said that impacted your faith. I think I know what you mean by that, but tell me a little bit what you mean by a little bigger production on this one.
Well, on the other one, we didn't have big choir. We had choir on some of it.
Yeah,
we had a Mighty Fortress, it's huge,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
But it was mainly just me and kind of it was all felt a little country bluegrass. It was kind of, when you hear country music, kind of 3-part harmony, and it was intimate. It was kind of small, but it was cool. I thought it was great. But this thing's like, almost every song has just got this pretty unbelievable. When I say choir, it's 8-9 singers.
Yeah.
We'll stack it 2-3 times. And I mean, it's
big.
You got the best singers in Nashville singing on it. It kind of takes it to another level. So we didn't have that on the first album, so, and a little bit more, rhythm section, things like that. Just a little bit bigger sounding record than the first one.
Hymns 2 is what it's called. Shine on Us, available everywhere exclusively at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. 16 original songs on here and some great productions of some classics. So, Smitty, thanks for taking time to be with us, and we'll definitely add this to our praise and worship arsenal. And when you get ready to get on the road, be sure we know where you're going so we can let everybody know, okay?
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Good to talk to you again.
Come by and see us. We'll get a Herschel's breakfast.
That's
for
right.
you.
If you're in town,
Absolutely.
we'll go enjoy that breakfast and maybe get a headset on and listen to the album all together while we're eating pancakes.
Sounds great.
All right, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for what you do for the kingdom. We'll be back.